Good afternoon, guys. What's going on? Welcome to the first scoreboard review of the season. Week 1 in the books already. Very exciting week 1. Can't believe it's already over. We're focusing on week 2. Fantasy came in pretty strong, and as you guys can see by the scoreboard, those projections were quite right in terms of everybody scoring over 100 points. Like I said, I didn't really think it was going to happen, but we had a lot of teams score in the 120s, the 130s, even Jobby touching the 140 mark. You know, there was a couple lower scores, but still, I mean, in the 90s. Guys, scoring is going to be a little bit higher this year just because you do get that 1 point per yard for running backs and receivers, so they are tacking those on. But all in all, pretty explosive performances from everybody. Let's just start with the list. We're going to go over the matchups real quick. Like we always do, I'll kind of give a little insight on each. But first matchup was me taking on the defending champ, Jared, and I got him pretty good, 133 to 97.1. My team was led by Adrian Peterson with a solid 3-touchdown game, 29 points. And then I got 19 split between Jordy Nelson and Jason Whitney, each had 19, so really helped my team out. With Jared's team, Aaron Rodgers leading the way, 24.6, and then 16.7 from Welker on that Thursday night game. The really thing that killed him is he had 2, 4, 5 guys not reach double digits, and the 2 running backs only getting him 7.8 combined, which was rough for him. So rough start for Jared, starting out 0-1. Both had tough matchups heading into week 2. On to the next matchup, we have Mike versus Aaron. Everybody thought this was going to be a blowout, and it pretty much was, but don't discredit Mike too much. Victor Cruz had an unbelievable night. He was led, Victor Cruz with 29.8 and Drew Brees with 20.5. Other than that, Mike's running backs didn't really shine. Also, Brady White was kind of out previous with that high ankle sprain, so he kind of fell through with a 1.9. But Mike finished with 93.5, lost to Aaron to 137.5. So, yeah, it was a blowout on the stat sheet, but Aaron's team, guys, scary good. First starting out, Reggie Bush had a crazy game, 25 points. A.J. Green, another crazy game against a good Bears team with 28.2. The scariest thing, guys, is that Doug Martin and Alfred Morris, who were supposed to be really good, only combined for 19.8. So, I mean, even though that's really good for them, his surrounding guys were the ones that really carried the load. So look out for Aaron's team starting out 1-0. Going to be pretty scary, any matchup, just because there's so much talent. Nico and Jobby, another tough matchup. We thought this was going to be one of the matchups of the week. And after Thursday night, we kind of already knew the outcome. Peyton Manning leading the way. That's unbelievable. 7 touchdowns at 46.3 points. And Demaryius Thomas didn't even come on until late. He finished with 28. Vernon Davis with 21. Reggie Wayne with 15. I mean, Jobby pretty much got it from everywhere but the 2 main sources, which were his running backs, and they only combined for 10.5. So that team's going to be scary good if they all start clicking and everyone's scoring. I don't see Peyton Manning getting 46 a week, but with the way they passed into the fourth quarter with a big lead, don't be surprised if Peyton Manning finishes as maybe the top 2 or 3 quarterbacks this year if they keep that up, maybe even the best. On Nico's team, he was led by LaShawn McCoy, who looked like a completely different running back than last year. 24.9, that offense is built for him. I think LaShawn McCoy is going to be an amazing back the rest of the year, so Nico, I think, got a steal there, letting him drop a couple spots. Other, good players for Nico, 16 from Jamal Charles, 16.8 from Cameron, his tight end. Everybody else really scored double digits except T.Y. Hilton. So, Nico scoring 122 and losing to Jobby with the 148. That's just Nico's luck, though. He always seems to have bad luck the first week, but Nico's got a great team going forward, especially if he can get scoring like that. He's going to be in good shape the rest of the way. Jobby starting out that 1-0, Nico 0-1, but both good teams heading forward. The next matchup is going to be Joe, Slob on my Cobb, against Jeff. This was pretty much everybody's kind of thinking it was going to be a blowout. Some people said game of the week, which it wasn't really too bad. It was actually one of the closer games. Joe pulled out the W 114.2 to Jeff's 91.6. Joe was pretty much led, had a lot of good scores around. He had 20 from Fitzgerald, 24.9 from Luck, had double-digit points from each running back. Lamar Miller kind of put up the stinker with 1, but Randall Cobb, his main guy, 17.4. So, some of the question marks around him keeping Cobb don't look too bad. Jeff, led by Matt Ryan with 19.4. Brandon Marshall also had a great game with 16.4. Dwayne Bowe only had 3, and then Zach Sudfield, who was or Sudfeld, who was supposed to be the Gronk fill-in, had a goose egg with 0. So I mean, really nobody on each other's bench that would have went crazy or made a big difference in this one. But big game for Joe starting out. Tough one for Jeff. And the last matchup, pretty much the lower scoring ones of the day. Ashley's got to be pretty upset with this performance from David Wilson. He had negative 2.1. If anybody saw that game, he looked like he was lost on the field. But Giants have nobody else to go to, so he'll get his. Ashley lost 75.9 to Rock's 91.8. Colin Kaepernick looked amazing against the Packers. He had 30.7, and then really that was it. Frank Gore with 12.5, and nobody else touched double digits but her kicker. So a tough matchup for her this week, but Calvin Johnson's not going to have 3.7 every week. David Wilson's not going to score negative every week, so she should be in good shape next week. And then Brock on the Brock's team. Pretty good scoring, most of the way. Amendola had 10.4, defense had 11. Matt Forte looked good, 15.1 there, and Shane Vereen also, great start for him, had 15.9, but he's going to be out for a couple weeks with the broken wrist. Tom Brady, pretty good performance with 15.1, but then Maurice Jones-Drew, kind of a stinker, same with Des Bryant as 4.5 and 2.2 respectively, so we'll see what those guys are going to do. They're not going to be duds the whole way for the rest of the season. On to Week 2 matchups, guys. Let me check time real quick. Oh, we're good. Week 2 matchups, I'll just kind of buzz through real quick. I'm not going to do any projections. That's what the smack boards are for and everything like that, so we can go over that. But we have me against Brock next week. Projection 121 to 99 in favor of me. Nico, 2-0-1 teams facing off, Nico and Mike. Nico projected at 112 to Mike's 113. I know people got to tinker with matchups, so these are very tentative. Then we have Jared and Joe going at it, splitting it. Who is that? That is Jared's team projected at 111 to Joe's 117. Aaron and Jeff going at it as well. Aaron projected at 109. Jeff at 106. Jeff was very active on the waiver wire this morning. I saw he had like 3 or 4 transactions, so keep throwing that money in the pot, Jeff. We appreciate it. Thank you. And last matchup of the week, depending, on projections, it looks like it'll be close, but with Jobby's team, could be a blowout. Jobby's projected at 110 to Ashley's 112, so Ashley might pull the upset there. But guys, go ahead and hop on the projected Week 2 scoreboards. Go ahead and hop on the matchups, vote. Please put comments and everything on who you think's going to win. I saw trophies automatically got assigned this morning. I'm going to adjust those a little bit, but nobody really cares about the trophies. If you guys do, we'll keep doing them, but if not, I'll just let it kind of play out. Still, good activity on the polls. Everybody kind of voted on the matchups, which I really like, so keep it up, guys. I appreciate it. If you have any questions or trade rumors are starting to swirl,